easy question I have to say.
Yan, ganyan na ganyan yung itsura niya.
Let's do it! What the hell? Like, it's me. And you say, oh my God.
They was like, holy beep. What's this going on? Because even now I get like speechless.
Why is it important for a beauty queen to have a good time?
If you do not know how to speak your mind, you're not going to give your organization much credibility for what you're really fighting for.
Beauty queen doesn't mean perfection. Now I feel embarrassed to say this, but I'm going to do it because that's how I am. So I'm not gonna go.
My wave became the Miss International wave. Right, Stephen?
I have become a patent.
Ito naman yung bumaba. Sabi ko, oh my God. Kasi nastabi ko ng planet House. Tapos pag inaangat ko, hinihila niya. So ako, angat siya. Hila.
My travels. I love my travels.
I would just want it to be that I gave something back that made them happy.
Money or love?
Love.
Hello, good evening from Manila, Philippines, and welcome back to Missosology Beauty Talks. I am 𝘋𝙧𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀, your Missosology International correspondent, and we are joined by Missosology editor, my friend, Drew Francisco. Hi, Drew, how are you?
Hi, Amir. I'm so excited for today's episode, and good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all our viewers from across the world. And I'm happy to be back today. This is a very exciting episode because we will be joined by one of the most requested candidates for Beauty Talks. And Amir, take it away.
So our special guest for tonight pursued her bachelor's degree in marketing at the University of the West Indies. She began her career as an international model, traveling to United Kingdom, Paris, Spain, and New York, working with some of the most renowned brand names in the industry. She has a passion for supporting and inspiring children and teenagers and has aspirations to open foundation for mental health in honor of her late mother. Friends, let us all welcome the stunning Miss Universe Jamaica 2020, Miqueal-Symone Williams. Hello,
Hi,
Michael.
everyone. Thank you so much for having me.
Welcome to Missosology Beauty Talks. Hello, welcome,
Thank
Michael.
you.
And how are you?
I'm doing
How are
great.
you?
It's a very sunny day in Jamaica today, so I love the sun. I'm having a great time.
Wow,
I
it's
love
good
it.
to know that you're doing
Before we start, Amir, before we start everything, I just want to mention, because Michael mentioned earlier that she did her own makeup today for this beauty talk. So,
well.
guys, comment down below what can you say about Michael's makeup, because she mentioned earlier that before she joined Miss Universe Jamaica, she did not know how to do her own makeup.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I am insanely proud of myself right now. You cannot imagine. I am beaming with joy.
You look fantastic. Okay, so go, Amir.
Yeah, and Michael, before we're going to ask you a lot of questions coming from us and from the fans around the world, we just want to say thank you for giving us the opportunity to be with us tonight, despite of your very busy schedule. We know it's like Miss Universe is going on right now. I mean, it's Miss Universe season. We all know girls are preparing, so we thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for having me too, Drew and Amir. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here and to speak with you.
Okay, now I'm sure you're very busy with your preparation for Miss Universe. So please describe to us what a typical day for you as Miss Universe Jamaica.
Well, now that it's winding down to the competition, I'm focusing a lot on self-care, because when I get there, I know it's going to be absolutely grueling. So I'm making sure that I take care of my mental and physical health as much as I can at home. I am making sure I eat right, go to the gym as often as I can. I journal a lot too, and I read a lot. And I've been reading a lot of self-help and motivational books like The Secret, and I've been having an amazing time learning more about myself.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Now, Michael, I believe you're having a lot of schedules now. So aside from that, during your free time, what do you do? What do you do for fun during your free time? I just was curious.
I consider myself an introvert. So I like to do things that are things that you for the most part do alone. I binge watch a lot of shows on Netflix, but I've been having the hardest time finding a new show to watch just now. As I told you, I read a lot, and journaling is something that I do purely for fun nowadays. I absolutely just love to write, not just about my own feelings, but what's going on around me, my hopes for the future, and that kind of thing. Recently, too, I was filming this program for Miss Universe Jamaica called Journey to the Crown. So we went to
Nice.
places like Dolphins Cove in Jamaica, and I ziplined for the very first time. That
Wow.
was fun.
Now, you mentioned, Michael, that you've been binge watching on Netflix. If you could recommend to us one series or movie that you've seen recently, what would it be?
I
love
want
Netflix.
you guys to recommend me a show. I'm struggling right now. But
Oh.
my all-time favorite shows are probably Blacklist, Grey's Anatomy, and Breaking Bad.
Oh,
Those
I
are
Breaking
love
the
Bad
Grey's
is really
Anatomy.
good.
Breaking Bad was good all the way through.
Okay.
Well, you asked us to recommend you. I'll recommend you La Casa de las Flores. I love that one. It was set in Mexico, and I think they're doing a movie version in the near future. So you should check it out.
Really? Yes. Can you type it for me, because I'm absolutely going to forget that.
Yes. I'll type it. I'll type it in the private chat.
Yes, please.
Okay. Now, Michael, winning the Miss Universe Jamaica title has definitely put you on the spotlight. So, but could you tell us something that most people still don't know about you?
Well, actually, during my Miss Universe journey, I've tried to be as transparent as possible. I've shared things about myself that I hadn't shared before, such as the fact that I do suffer from anxiety from time to time, but I make a point of trying to be transparent as possible, because I want people to know that being a beauty queen is not about perfection. It's about accepting yourself and being confident in who you are, flaws and all. So nothing can come to me just yet as something that I haven't shared, because I really do try to share as much of myself as possible.
Wow, that's good. Now, you have a very unique name, Miqueal, pronounced as Michael. So, growing up, were you ever teased about your name, and how did you handle it?
I did not like my name when I was a child. And you are absolutely right. I used to get a lot of heat about being a girl with a boy's name. And it's interesting because just the other day, or maybe a year ago, the pandemic sort of time, but just the other day, I got the opportunity to speak to some models at my modeling agency in Jamaica called Pulse. And I was talking to them about my name and how when I was a child, I was insecure about my name. But it's so interesting that the things that you're insecure about sometimes are the things that set you apart and add to your uniqueness and who you are. And so for me, that was my name. When I was a child, as I said, I got teased about it. I did not like it at all. And sometimes I even thought about changing my name. And now as an adult, I could not imagine myself with any other name. I don't think any other name would suit me, and I absolutely love it.
It's a very unique name, actually.
Actually, it's very
Right?
unique.
And when someone mentions Michael and it's a girl, it's gonna be you.
It's really
Mhm. It's very
I
unique.
know. Yes,
Yes, Drew.
I know a girl who was named Jeremy.
really.
Yeah, I have a friend who was named Jeremy, and she's a girl.
Yeah.
And also growing up, she had that teasing moment and growing up, and now she's embracing it.
Listen,
So
sometimes
how do
it
you
can
want
be
people?
ruthless. So I really got heat for my name.
So
but
how
it's
do you
good
want
to
people
know
to
that
call you? Michael or Simon? Sorry, Drew.
You go, Amir?
So how do you want people to call you, Michael or Simone?
Well, that's interesting because in the beginning, I wanted people to call me Simone. I wanted to do away with the whole Michael part. And no, I am so happy with the name Michael. Most people in my life call me Michael, but there's some people who still call me Simone, and I'm fine with either, to be honest.
Okay.
but I would love to call you Michael. So we'll call her today
Me,
Michael because it's very unique.
Absolutely no problem.
Yes. So now at this point, since we want to know more about you beyond pageantry, we'll have a short game, and this game is called This or That. So in
I'm
this
ready.
game, we will ask you to pick between two things or two scenarios, and just explain to us briefly why you chose that. So are you ready, Michael?
Absolutely.
Okay, so the first one is dogs or cats?
Well, this is easy. I am a big dog person. I love dogs. And it's interesting because I don't own any dogs right now, but it's just
Mhm.
because I live in an apartment complex.
Yes.
So I tell people all the time that I love every single dog. I tell random dogs that I love them. So I'm really, really huge on dogs. But I also love kittens, if that counts.
If ever you have a dog in the future, what would you name that dog?
I would probably get a dog as huge as a Great Dane and name her something
Wow,
like Tiny or Pebbles, just so that
that
when
that'd be
people come to
fun.
my house, I'd be like, "Hey, do you want to meet Tiny?" And then this huge dog comes around the corner. Yeah, I think that's hilarious. So I would do that.
Yeah, that would be fun. Okay, the next one, Facebook or Instagram?
So it's definitely Instagram for me, and
Mhm.
that's only because I have PTSD from my Facebook days. I have literally just reclaimed my Facebook from my 14-year-old self. It was very embarrassing there. I used to take pictures so Facebook, I have trauma coming from Facebook from all of the 13-year-old, 14-year-old days. It's
Yes.
Instagram for me.
Yep. And I know people your age would definitely relate to that. Okay, the next one, coffee or tea?
Tea. I am not a
Mhm.
fan of coffee at all, and I drink a lot of tea. I drink tea at any time of the day. I will even drink hot water if you let me. So definitely tea.
Mhm. City or countryside?
I would say the countryside, just because the city can get very noisy at times, and I do like the quiet,
Yes.
but I like the social vibe of the city, having a lot of people around and not feeling so isolated. It's just the noise that would bother me. So I'd still say countryside, maybe get some dogs, then I'm not really
Mhm.
isolated, you know?
Michael, okay.
Yes.
Drew for a while. Michael, I want to
Yes,
know, are
Amir.
you now in your city or somewhere else? Where you now, right now? In
So
Jamaica.
I live in the city of Kingston. So I'm
Mhm.
Okay.
definitely, yeah, right in the middle of the city. And I live in an apartment
Okay.
complex. So you can imagine I'm like a real city girl right now.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Moving forward, swimsuit or long gown?
I love gowns. I used to love storybooks as a child, fairy tales.
Mhm.
So I love the vibe of being a princess, and it's playing into my childhood fantasies of sorts. So yeah, gowns for me.
Yes. Playing dress up, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, sneakers or high heels?
I can appreciate when high heels should be worn. And when I'm wearing a
Mhm.
dress like this, for instance, definitely high heels. But I'll tell you, I rather flats. So I would say sneakers. But if you give me a chance to choose, I would probably say sandals as my
Yes.
preferred shoe wear. Mm,
Yeah, that makes sense. So sandals for a countryside girl.
exactly.
Okay,
They get
this
me.
one. Would yes. Would you rather lose your keys or your cell phone?
I would rather lose my cell phone.
Mhm.
Because, if you lose your keys, then you can't get home. I'm assuming these be house keys.
Yes.
So, assuming that I lived alone, losing my keys would be terrible because then how do I get in my house? Losing my
Mhm.
cell phone, at least I can cry at home in the home that I can open. So,
Yes.
I
And just
love it.
replace it the next day.
I love
I
it.
love that one.
when I was younger, I used to lose things a lot. And I remember my father got me this fairly expensive cell phone when I was in about grade 4. And he had owned it previously, and then he got a new phone and gave me that one. And I lost it within maybe 6 weeks. I was devastated. And, my father said to me, what doesn't cost your life doesn't cost anything. And so even though I would hate to lose my cell phone, I would use that kind of philosophy and just let it go.
I'll just repeat that one. What doesn't cost your life doesn't cost anything. Am I right?
Yeah.
Love that one. Okay, moving forward, would you rather be able to fly or turn invisible?
I would rather flying. I'm kind of jealous of birds, if I'm going to tell the truth here. I mean, being in the sky above, I mean, it should be so cool in the sky, right? So sometimes it gets very hot in Kingston. Could you imagine just flying into the sky to get cool? I'm here for all of that.
Yes. Traveling without passport.
Exactly. You know how many countries I could have been by now?
Yep. Okay, the next one. This is fun. Would you rather be on a zombie outbreak or an alien invasion?
I would hate both those things so bad. I tell my friends all the time, if there's a zombie outbreak, I would like to be the first batch of people to go. Scavenging for food, living, really scared. You don't know when zombies are going to come and invade your house. None of that. I don't. Just take me first. So with that being said, alien invasion sounds kind of creepy. I mean, we would really know much about what they're going to come and do to us. So I might still say a zombie outbreak, providing they take me first.
So provided they take you first, you'll just choose a zombie.
What would you guys say?
Yeah, I would choose an alien invasion, so we know if there are other creatures or people that can join Miss Universe.
I mean, Drew, but suppose they're not nice.
What if they have the more modern technology, right? That they could share to us.
Well,
So we could be able to fly. How about you, Amir?
yeah, I think I'm so afraid with zombies. I'm not sure about aliens yet. Maybe there are good aliens, but I don't believe there are good zombies. But in a movie, yes, there are. But still, I'm afraid of both. I don't want to choose anyone.
That's exactly what I said.
Okay, so that's really fun. So the next one is going to be a little bit serious. So we're shifting. Okay, so the next one. Would you rather lose your old memories or never be able to make new ones?
I would rather lose all my old memories. Being able to make new experiences is like the spice of life. And so I would have more fun getting the chance to make a whole lot of new memories. And you know what? Perhaps if you lose your old memories, then at least you would be unencumbered by, things like fear and negative self-talk and, all those things that perhaps hold you back from your dreams or doing things that are really potentially scary but thrilling.
Yes.
So I would do away with the old ones.
Okay, the next one. Would you rather have more time or more money?
I would say more time because money is something that you can spend and get back, whereas time lost can never be regained. And so because of that, because money is something I can get, whereas time is something I can't get back, I would say that time is the more valuable asset. And so I would take time.
I love that. The next one. Would you rather be criticized or be ignored?
Well, with a platform like mine, or with anyone who has a large platform, you find that you do open yourself to some level of criticism.
Yes.
I would rather be criticized than to lose my voice, to be able to help the people that I want to help and be able to advocate for the causes that I'm passionate about. So I would never want to be ignored. I think criticism is something that comes with life, and I would take it over losing my voice any day.
Yes. And the final one, and Amir's favorite, would you rather have the crown or romance?
Okay, do you mean if I would give up the crown for a partner?
Yes, something like that.
Listen, child, any man who would ask me to give up my dreams, to give up the Miss Universe crown or the Miss Universe Jamaica crown for him is not a man who is worth my time. So, crown
Mhm.
for me, please.
I agree.
I love that. I love that. That was super fun. That was super fun, Michael. We got to know your fun side, your serious side. I love that one.
Yeah,
So good
I
job, good
love
job.
that.
And
Yeah, that's
Thank
really
you.
at this point, I pass the mic to Amir for the next segment.
so. Yeah, before we talk about your preparation for the Miss Universe, I want to talk a bit about your journey to the crown, which actually started since 2017. Now, a lot happened in that year. You were starting your modeling
Mhm.
career and pursuing your studies. You also entered the Miss Universe Jamaica contest for the first time, but had to withdraw from the competition because of your mom's death. Now, how did you deal with those challenges at such a very young age?
Well, I'll tell you that it was a very hard time for me losing my mother. And one of the things that helped me overcome that tragedy and that grief was the support of my friends and other members of my family. And I think too that my mother, she taught me a lot about how to deal with grief and tragedy. I remember sometimes I felt like, this is it. I cannot continue past this moment. This is too hard for me. I would like to give up. No, thank you. And it's I kept telling myself that every day won't be like today. And one day you'll feel better. One day you'll be able to do better. And, even on the days when I felt like I couldn't get out of bed, just saying that and just being gentle with myself and using that positive self-talk, it it does and it did a great deal for me. And it's something that I would recommend to anyone to do. I mean, even if you can't physically feel like you're going to do something to change your situation
Mhm.
right now, you'd be surprised how just telling yourself that you'll be able to will eventually turn into actions.
Wow.
I love that. There's nothing I could
Okay.
add.
Yeah, me too. So, I just want to give a hug from you now. Okay. Now, 3 years later, you strengthened by life experiences and you came back to the pageant scene. I just want to know what inspired you or motivated you to rejoin Miss Universe Jamaica.
At the time when I had withdrawn from the competition in 2017, I knew for a fact that I would return one
Mhm.
day. It wasn't a case of if I was going to do the Miss Universe Jamaica pageant again, it was when. And so in 2019, when I returned home to Jamaica to finish my university degree after a year and a half or 2 years of modeling internationally, I was at home and I was completing my degree. And I thought to myself, I just feel really motivated to do this right now. I felt so led. And to be honest, there were some people, nudging me and saying, hey, girl, why don't you do this? You don't think you're ready now? And I said, I've been thinking about it. It's like when you're thinking of something and then people say it and it confirms it for you. So you're like, this is obviously the time, I'm going to do it. So I'm very, very happy that I chose this year to do it.
Good. Yeah, we're also happy for you. Now, while competing for Miss Universe Jamaica 2020 crown, you were also competing. You were also completing your degree in marketing and psychology. How did you manage studies and pageant at the same time, especially in the middle of pandemic?
When in my first semester at university, I was so excited to be at university because in high school, I went to an all girls school. I had fairly strict parents. I didn't go out much. And so I got to university, I wanted to live the life that you see on TV. And my university has these parties every Thursday called Integration Thursdays, where, you know, it's supposed to be a get together of sorts for the students at the University of the West Indies. And I made sure I was there every Thursday. Okay. It was a party for me. I'm an adult now. I'm going out. And closer to the end of the semester, I of course said, oh, but wait, I haven't been studying. And that was like a really good experience for me to teach me about organization and making parties. And you find that once you properly organize yourself, you can achieve things, for example, like having a social life and also having a school life. So coming to the Miss Universe pageant in my last semester of school, which was a very important semester, it was just another challenge of organizing myself properly, and positive self-talk helped a lot too, because, you know, it got hard sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, but organizing myself was what helped for the most part.
Nice. Anyway, so please take us back to the moment when you were crowned as Miss Universe Jamaica. So I want to know what was running through your mind then when you were crowned as Miss Universe Jamaica.
Oh, I have a picture. Listen, the first thing that ran through my mind when I was crowned, I got the sack crown and everything. I said, girl, do not ugly cry. They're taking pictures now. Don't do the face. Just do a nice tear if you're going to cry. Please don't do this right now. And, you know, I also thought a lot about my mommy. I think when I achieve goals like this now, I think about her because I know that she was someone who believed in me regardless of anything. And even on days I didn't believe in myself, she always knew that I would be great and do great things and be a role model. And she always wanted me to be a leader and to be someone who inspires people. And so the tears were coming, half because, oh my God, really? And half because, oh my God, my mommy would just be so happy right now.
That gave me goosebumps. That gave me goosebumps. Oh my God.
I try not to cry.
I'm trying not to ugly cry right now.
Okay.
But that was a very inspired win, I have to say.
Inspired.
Thank you.
And
you know, I tell myself that. Sorry, you go, Amir.
You go. You tell yourself what?
I tell myself that love is never lost or destroyed. And so even though the people that you love may not be physically with you, their love surrounds you. They are with you in spirit. And that kind of love that they had for you is still pouring out into you in other means and through other people. And so I believe that my mommy is still here with me.
I know. Oh, that's not
Okay,
this is serious.
Yeah.
Not this is serious. But
hold back your tears, Amir.
I have watched one of your interview, and in one of your interviews, you mentioned that winning Miss Universe Jamaica has always been a dream since you were 13 years old. So how does it feel now to live that dream?
It feels absolutely surreal, I'll tell you. Sometimes I can't believe it. I would go somewhere. I was at Starbucks the other day and a really nice young man said, hey, Michael, you want Miss Universe Jamaica? And I said, who, me? It almost feels like it's not real. And I'm so honored to have all these people support me and believe in me. And it's an amazing experience. I'm so happy that this is my life and I have the opportunity to realize this dream that I've had for so long.
Drew, I have another question. Like,
yes,
I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong. William, Miss Universe from Jamaica, who won first runner-up. Is it Williams?
Yendi Phillips.
No, Yendi Phillips. Yendi.
Are you really? And Williams, right?
Yendi Phillips.
Yendi
Phillips.
Phillips.
Like, I'm like, sorry, Phillips.
I actually read. While researching, I read that Yendi Phillips was actually your inspiration.
Oh yeah, I
Back
Absolutely.
also
when,
asked that.
Absolutely.
yes,
When
yes.
I was around 13, that was the first Miss Universe competition I ever watched on TV. And when I tell you the entire country of Jamaica was rooting for Yendi and they were
Mhm.
so happy and inspired, I heard people shouting from their homes while in my home. And it was like a spark, I said, I want to do this. I want to do
Yes,
that. I want to join this competition and leave my own mark on it. And so I'm here.
Mm.
yes.
I love her.
Living the dream, like Yendi.
Yeah, I love Yendi. You know, I remember when she was also I think she was runner up from
She's
Miss World,
gorgeous.
Drew, right? Runner-up from Miss World.
She was a finalist in Miss World.
Yeah,
Finalist.
she was in Miss World. Hmm.
Yeah. And I think during that time the winner was Miss Venezuela from Miss Universe. Not so sure. Miss Venezuela, I guess. Yeah.
I
During her
think it
time
was
in the Miss
Mexico, but
Universe.
I might be wrong.
I Mexico. Yeah, during the time of Venus Ra,
Don't
Drew,
quote me.
is it
Don't quote
right?
me.
During the time of Venus Ra.
Yeah, in 2010, it was Mexico who won, and then Jamaica was the first runner-up.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
2010. Okay. Anyway,
Yes.
moving forward, I pass the mic down to Drew for your advocacy work related.
Yes. So, Michael, we've seen a lot of your work as Miss Universe Jamaica on social media, and recently you created the Bloom Initiative, a project
Mm.
that provides internet access to Jamaican children who cannot attend their online school classes because of the lack of internet. So, could you tell us more about this project?
I created the Bloom Initiative and started my project to give online internet access to children attending school because mental health is my advocacy, especially in children. And I can just imagine how it makes a child feel to not be able to attend school because they don't have the proper technological tools to do that, and how they
Mhm.
might feel left out. And then it impacts their mental health negatively. And so I had started the Bloom Initiative with the intention of providing portable Wi-Fi modems to children so that they'd be able to access school because the government in Jamaica was doing a great deal in terms of providing tablets to children so that they'd have school access. But as I
Yes.
went along, I realized that I wanted to have a personal touch. I wanted to interact with children. And that's really where my passion lies. I didn't just want to hand something over and say, yes, I'm done. I wanted to be
Mhm.
a real part of something. And so I redirected my passion towards the Wortley Home for Girls in Kingston, Jamaica. And it's a state care facility, an all girls state care facility. And
Mhm.
we spend a lot of time together. I do mental health workshops with them. We just sit and chat about girl things, about their future. I give them advice, I mentor them, and that's what makes me feel self-actualized. I really appreciate all the time that I get to spend with these girls. They're amazing. I could talk about them forever. So I'm actually going to shut up.
Yes, and it's very nice that you mentioned that you also care about the mental health of the young ones because they're also one of the people who are also vulnerable to this, especially during this pandemic. So, and you also
Absolutely.
mentioned in your Miss Universe profile that you aspire to open a foundation for mental health in honor of your late mother. So, when are we going to see this one?
I've actually started working with some government agencies to,
Mhm.
get my feet wet in terms of mental health and creating a larger scale impact. What I'm hoping to do with my foundation that I haven't quite named yet because I have like 50 names, narrowing them down.
Uh-huh.
I I'm hoping to partner with child psychologists and provide free therapy to children who are at risk of depression or anxiety or who are experiencing depression or anxiety or other mental illnesses. So I know that so many children may fall through the cracks of government and be afraid to reach out for help because, of course, they may feel like their parents can't afford it or some other reason. But what I want to do with my foundation is partner with schools to find these children and to give them the opportunity to talk to someone who can really help them.
Yes. And before we park this segment, I just want to thank you, Michael, for using your platform and serving this kids and these girls from Jamaica. Thank you for using your platform to the fullest.
Yeah, and
Thank you, Drew.
we wish you the best of everything to help others not just in Jamaica, but in the rest of the world, maybe. We never know.
The universe, rather.
Yes.
I hope so. In the next 5 years, I'm hoping to see my foundation have been created and be really, really strong. And then, we could move to the Caribbean and across the universe.
Oh
So
my
wish
God.
me luck. I'm going to do my best at that.
Okay. And
So
I hope you
before
continue
we,
doing this.
yes,
Yeah,
before we move forward, I just want to give a shout out to one of our viewers, the famous pageant vlogger, 𝘾𝙍𝙀𝘾𝙆. Hi,
I
Alvin.
see you, Alvin.
and
He's been commenting a lot of really good things about Michael. So,
Thank
hi, Alvin,
you.
if you're watching.
Thank
hi,
you as
Alvin.
always, Alvin.
Yeah. So now we will talk about your Miss Universe preparation, what the most awaited of our viewers. So I know that you had 𝘋𝙍𝙀𝙀𝙀 to train you for Miss Universe pageant. So how was it working with the famous pageant coach?
𝘋𝙍𝙀𝙀 is an amazing human being. I will tell you that
Mm.
she's a joy to work with. She really knows what she talks about, and she is hilarious.
Yes.
Absolutely cracking up every single time. So I have an amazing time every single time I work with her. We
Mhm.
have been focusing on facial expressions and interview practices. So that's what I've really been doing with her. It's been amazing, and I've learned so, so much from her.
Yep. 𝘋𝙍𝙀𝙀 is has been quoted a lot on social media, on TV, and all over media. What has been the most memorable lesson that she has imparted to you?
So she has taught me about facial expressions. I think that's the most memorable thing that she taught me about, because you want your facial expressions to seem not forced, but be gradual and be smooth. And that's when it will be well accepted instead of going. And that's
Yes.
literally what she did in the call. Cracked me up. She was like, don't do this.
Yeah. True.
It would be a lot of fun to be on a class with 𝘋𝙍𝙀𝙀.
You would love her.
Yep.
I
And
just want
then
actually, Drew, I want to ask Drew because
yes, go here.
every time I see her on TV, it seems like she's a very strict girl. you know, can you describe at least 2 words you can describe about 𝘋𝙍𝙀𝙀?
Ooh, 2 words might be
But
hard, but I'll tell you,
okay.
she is a bit strict, but it's a refreshing strict. It feels like, that parent who is requiring a lot of you because they know that you have potential. And so she doesn't let up. She is insistent that you do your best because she knows the potential that you have.
So that's
And
the
if you
words. Refreshing, strict.
and if you meet 𝘋𝙍𝙀𝙀, please extend our regards to her. I love her.
I absolutely will.
Okay, so I know, aside from that, I know that you've been doing a lot of pageant preparations. What has been the biggest challenge that you had to face doing your preparations for Miss Universe?
Drew, I mentioned before that I do suffer from some anxiety, and that has
Mhm.
been a challenge for me going into preparation, looking forward to the Miss Universe competition. But my mantra for my anxiety is that, if you have courage, courage will conquer fear every time. So if you have the courage to just take the first step, that courage will carry you
Mhm.
all the way through to the end. And so I fight my anxiety by being courageous.
I love that. I like that. Now a lot of the girls that are preparing for Miss Universe are also doing a mental health preparation because being in the competition is not easy. So I love how you put it. So now we know that you've been modeling around the world before joining Miss Universe Jamaica. So how was the transition? Was it hard transitioning from modeling to Miss Universe to pageants per se?
It wasn't hard actually.
Mhm.
I After stepping down or withdrawing from the competition in 2017, I had, as you said, gotten the opportunity to model internationally. And I'm so grateful for the life experience that modeling gave me. I mean,
Mhm.
meeting new people and seeing how different people from different backgrounds will react to the same thing differently. It was very interesting for me, and that really piqued my interest in psychology. I mean, at the end of the day, we're a totality of our experiences. And so I am very happy that I got these new experiences because they gave me a new lease on life and a new understanding of people. And that has played into my advocacy a lot and my development as a young woman a lot. So I'm very, very grateful for my modeling experience. I'll tell you too, I have a lot of experience with, you know, that little jittery feeling that you get before you walk on stage or go on the runway. That adrenaline, I like to call it. I know how to fight that and how to step above that. And I'll tell you, it's the same mantra that I use, using courage to conquer fear. Because I find that if you have the courage and you just step on that runway and you do what you know you're supposed to do, that courage that you had that made you take the first step will help you to take all the steps until you take the last step. And no one will ever know that you're scared as long as you keep in your mind that I can do this, I'm courageous, I got this in the bag, I look good. So
I love
that's my
that.
mantra.
So now we mentioned BNB earlier. So you're Michael. You're following the footsteps of some amazing Miss Universe Jamaica winners like BNB, Casey, Davina, among others. So have any of them or other former queens reached out to you with some valuable tips and advice?
Absolutely. I'm so grateful to have all these past queens in my corner and to support me. I'm someone who likes to learn from other people's experiences, and they've given me so much advice on what to be or what to expect when I get to the Miss Universe competition. So I've been very grateful for the advice and for the help that they've been giving me.
Hmm. And the last question for this round, for this segment, without revealing much, can you give us a hint on what will be your national costume and evening gown for Miss Universe?
Just a hint.
My national costume will be a national costume, and my evening gown will be an evening gown. You're
Okay.
not gonna get anything out of me.
So we'll wait for surprises from Miss Universe.
They're
And yeah.
both gorgeous, if that helps.
Send us a copy of your national costume so we can post it into our page as soon as it is okay to post. Send us.
Yes.
Absolutely. I got you.
Okay. So now we will move forward to one of the most awaited segments on Beauty Talks. So Amir, take the
Yeah.
floor.
Over the past few weeks, we asked the fans to send in their questions, and we picked the best questions. And we want to know, Michael, are you ready for the top fun questions?
Absolutely. I'm so happy to
Okay,
hear what you
but
guys want to know.
before we start with the questions from the fans, we would like to say thank you to everyone who sent us all the questions. You know, we have a lot of questions, but we cannot, we have limited time. Hope we could ask every questions that you sent to us. Thank you guys for sending us your questions. Okay, Drew, we'll start with the first question coming from Jonathan Anonymous. What is the most important lesson that you think men can learn from women?
Well, Jonathan, socially, men have been taught to be masculine and not to express their feelings. And they've been made to feel like if they have feelings or if they express their emotions, then they're weak. And traditionally, women have an easier time sharing their feelings and expressing how they feel and validating their emotions. So if there's one thing I think men could learn from women, it would be that it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to express your emotions and say how you feel and seek help if you need it.
I love it. Next, Drew. Now we have from Kinjang15. What is something you've never done before but would really like to try and do?
Kenjang, I would have to say, I told you guys the other day I went ziplining and I thought I would never ever do that. when you're at the top of the platform and the guy goes, yes, so you're going to jump, you're going to go across that. I was like, no. Mm-mm. But after having the experience, it was so fun and so thrilling. So now I think I might try skydiving. I'm about 80% sure. I might change my mind when I'm in the plane, but for now, on the ground, I feel like I can do it.
Yeah, I love it too.
According to some friends who have done that, they say that they're afraid when before they went on the plane, but when they're on the plane, all they have in mind is to just jump.
Makes sense. That's the thing about courage, you know. Once you have the courage to jump out of the plane, you're already out.
Yes.
There is no going back in. So just scream and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Okay. The next one.
The next one we have here from Robin355. If you had the opportunity to choose a city to live in anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
Aside from Kingston.
Aside from your city.
For now, I really love Dubai. I have a friend who goes to university in Abu Dhabi, and she's told me so much about the Emirates and how Dubai is gorgeous, and I'm jealous of her every single time she opens her mouth. So I would live in Dubai.
Dubai it is.
Love it.
The next one.
Okay, coming from a Dubai guy, because this is an Arabic one. Just kidding. I don't know how to read it. So what advice would you give to someone who is on the fence about joining beauty pageant?
Well, the first piece of advice I give to anyone who is on the fence about any life decision is to seek advice. I'd be happy that the person is seeking advice from me, because of course, when you're making decisions about your life, you want to ensure that you would decide to do or to not do something because that's what you think is right for you, and not because other people have told you that it's a good idea for you. And if someone were to ask me for that advice, I'd tell them I have enjoyed every minute of being in the Miss Universe Jamaica pageant and being in the Miss Universe pageant. Pageants are an amazing opportunity to develop yourself and to grow as a woman. And win, lose, or draw, you'll come up with new experiences, new life lessons, and new friends. So it's an amazing opportunity for you to develop. And of course, if you are passionate about a cause, if you have a heart of giving back, if you like to help people, and if you are confident in yourself, a pageant might be a good fit for you.
Very good advice.
And
Next.
the final question from the fans.
From Paquito Devote Alvis III, Drew's friend.
Yes.
If you were to eat one healthy food forever, what healthy food would you choose and why?
I really like broccoli, guys. I really like broccoli. I would choose broccoli because you can boil it until it's like semi hard, and then you can make it really, really soft, which is how I like it. Don't judge me. And you can just eat it raw. So I'm a big broccoli fan. I'll tell you, anytime I'm eating vegetables, I prefer broccoli to anything else.
Yeah.
My mom also loved broccoli.
Really?
Your answer reminded me of that kid in the movie Inside Out.
Really?
Where she
I've
was
watched
eating broccoli. Yes, Michael. Okay. So at this point, we go to the next segment. Okay, so we'll give Michael a few seconds to breathe because the fan questions were a little bit intense.
Challenging.
But the next segment is more intense. So this is the Q&A challenge. So in this segment, we will assume that you're already on the final Q&A of the Miss Universe pageant. So we still have more time. So we will ask you to pick 3 numbers from 1 to 10, and we will show you the corresponding question. So are you ready, Michael, for the Q&A
I am ready.
challenge?
Do I have to pick all 3 at once, or can I pick them individually?
Yeah, you can pick them individually. So let's imagine that you have a
a
bowl there.
Imaginary ball.
Okay, so first number, please.
My first number would be 1 because I was born on the 1st of April. So my
Okay,
next one's going to be 4.
the first question. Social media has become a prominent factor in the way we perceive one another. So, do you believe social media has had a positive or negative effect on the way we judge beauty?
Well, negative beauty standards have been a part of our society for a very long time because we have always had beauty standards to look up to and judge yourself by them. And social media has, of course, exacerbated this problem. However, while there are negative effects of social media in terms of judging beauty, there are so many other people who are promoting body positivity, who are encouraging people to be confident in themselves and to love themselves. So there are positive and negative effects of social media, and I would always encourage people when you're using social media to seek out the people who are being positive and pouring to you in a positive way.
Good job. So that's the first one. The next number.
Pick it into a ball, imaginary ball. You have imaginary ball there. Just pick a number. Okay, that's very good.
The next number is still 4.
Okay, the next number is
4.
4. So, in light of many recent political controversies around the world, do you feel as a title holder, is it better to take a neutral stance or express your personal opinion on the issue at hand?
If I'm inclusive of men and women across the world,
just myself, but other people who look up to me and who are inspired by me. At the same time, I don't believe it's always a good idea to take a neutral stance, because if it's a question between good and bad, if you take a neutral stance, then you are choosing the bad. And so someone with a platform like mine, or with any platform, should always root for good and should always champion for good and positive causes on behalf of the people who they're representing.
Very good.
My AirPods went out. Did you hear the other half of the question? You heard me great?
I heard you, but Drew, I doubt Drew heard you.
I did not hear the first half of the answer.
OMG.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try to. Are you guys hearing me now? They're gonna
Yes,
need a
yes.
while to charge,
Very,
so I'll just speak to the phone.
yeah, very, very clear. Your voice is clear now.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going now to the third question. So please pick the number again.
My third number. So I picked 1 and 4. Let's pick 6.
Okay, number 6. What do you believe is the most important issue facing women in the workforce today, and why?
One of the most important issues facing women in the workplace today is sexual harassment. Sexual harassment rocks a woman to the core of who she is, and it will make her feel unsafe and unprotected in her work environment. And when she does feel like that, it limits her creativity, it limits her productivity, and her freedom to be herself. And you'd be surprised at how it limits her future career decisions and how she feels about herself and how she represents herself. And so I believe that sexual harassment is the most important issue facing women today.
Wow, love that
Wow.
answer. And because of
I
your
know.
good answer, I'll give this to you, the crown.
Wow.
Okay, the crown is yours now. Okay, Drew, next question. You still have?
Yeah. I know that I said earlier that we'll just have 3.
hold on, Drew. Let me,
Yes, yes.
because it's better for me if I put the earphones in. They died just now.
Yep.
I'm hearing you now.
Yeah, so I know that I said earlier that we'll have 3, but can I have 1 more, please? Because you're
Of
doing really
course.
well. Okay, so
I hope this is the
picked
one that trips me up.
you picked 1, 4, and 6. So can you give us the last number?
Okay, so 1 and
Pick it from
4.
the bowl. I love it.
I'm going to say 3.
Okay.
Okay. Question number 3. I think this was asked in Miss Universe to 2016. Please name something over the course of your life that you failed at and tell us what you learned from that experience.
When I was younger, growing up in the Roman Catholic Church, I was supposed to recite a psalm and I was to sing the psalm. And when I got on the podium, I decided that I was too scared to sing the psalm. And so I read it. And my mother was very disappointed in me and told me that I should have done it anyway, even though I was scared. And that's what that experience taught me, to push through fear, to use courage to fight fear. Because once you start something with the courage and knowledge that you have practiced and you have prepared for this moment, you'll find your way through.
Wow, very well said. Oh my God.
I think courage is like the theme of our conversation today. Have courage, guys.
Drew, I can't hear you, Drew. We can't hear you, Drew.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now the mic is on. So thank you, Michael, for gamely answering all those fan questions and the Q&A challenge. You're prepared. There's nothing else that we can add.
Perfectly ready. So ready.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
We're now on the final segment of our show. So Amir, I pass the mic again to you for the question.
Okay. Now, Michael, as a beauty queen, you are not just a face, but also an ambassador of your country. So how will you introduce Jamaica to your fellow contestants?
Jamaica is a vibrant country filled with heart and passion. We really do put passion into every single thing that we do. And so I intend to bring my Jamaican spirit of passion, of resilience, of vibrancy to the other contestants. I also do want to share a bit of my music, dancehall and reggae with them. And my dances, of course, although I can't dance, but I'll show them how it should be done, kind of, maybe on video. But I'm excited to share my culture with the other girls and, of course, learn a lot about their cultures and their countries from them.
Wow. I just want to know, Michael, what is the most famous food you have in Jamaica that you want to share with us?
I think the most famous food from Jamaica is jerk. Anything jerk, like jerked chicken, jerked pork. We have a jerk festival. We have a jerk festival in Portland called Boston Jerk Festival, and we jerk absolutely anything you can imagine. And so I think a lot of tourists really love Jamaican jerk food. But my all-time favorite would be Jamaican patties, and that's what I would recommend to people if you ask me about what I like. But jerk is good; it's just spicy. So if you don't like
now,
pepper,
if you were to describe what, yeah, thank you, Michael. It makes me hungry now. Now, if you were to describe what food best describe your personality? Wanna know?
I have a vibrant personality. And I think a lot of people, when they think of me, they think of someone who is vibrant and who is hopefully very relatable.
Nice.
So I consider myself to be adaptable in terms of different situations. So I like to make people feel comfortable when they're around me.
Yes.
And so I do try my best to be as compassionate, as relatable, as adaptable as possible.
Nice one.
Yeah, Amir, before you ask the next question, I just want to give a quick shout out to Stephen Diaz. Stephen is one of our former Missosology correspondents and is also one of our co-hosts here on Beauty Talks. But unfortunately, he cannot join tonight. But this is his message to you. Michael is a crown contender, I can feel it. So we miss you, Stephen.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Next time, Stephen.
Okay, so go ahead, Amir.
Moving forward, Michael, I just want to know, since it's I don't know how many days from now it's Miss Universe, right? So, what are your expectations going into Miss Universe?
As I told you, I have received a lot of advice from my past queens, and they've told me a lot about their experiences when they went to the Miss Universe pageant. But of course, this is an unprecedented year. And so a lot of things are going to be different from their experiences and the experience I'll have. So the only thing I'm expecting to experience when I go there is have a good time and to do my best, be my best, and make my country proud.
Very good. Now, what is one thing that you would sacrifice for the Miss Universe crown?
So guys, I really love sweet foods like pastries, sweets, any of that. Just pile it all onto a plate. Hand it to me. And I've already, which is my all-time favorite pastry or cake, and sweet things for the Miss Universe pageant. So that's what I think I am giving up.
I wish I can do that. I love
But
sweet foods. I love sweet foods.
It's not
Devon House
easy to
Bakery in
sacrifice
Jamaica.
that.
Listen, Devon House Bakery in Jamaica makes an amazing Oreo cheesecake. And I just reach after it longingly every time I pass the bakery, like, oh no, one day, my love.
Oh my God. I wish I
Just
can
a few
go to
more
the-
weeks.
Just a few more weeks.
Now, moving forward, Drew and Michael, I just want to know, Michael, what qualities do you feel you have that would make you a very great Miss Universe winner? Sorry.
The qualities that I have that would make me a great Miss Universe are very similar to the qualities that I have that make me great with children. I am calm, I am slow to anger, I am helpful and kind, I'm compassionate and relatable and adaptable. And of course, I'm a hard worker. I love to learn. I believe in the value of being a different person than you were the day before today. And so I always prioritize self improvement and development of self. And I think that these qualities and this determination, this passion of mine would make me a great Miss Universe.
Wow, I love it. Speaking like a winner already. Okay, now
Bring
in a
out the
scale
crown again, Amir.
okay, the crown is yours. This is a Miss Universe crown. Anyway, in a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest, how prepared is Michael now for Miss Universe?
I would say a 9. And that's because I believe that there is always room for growth and improvement.
Yes.
I do not see myself as perfect, and not seeing yourself as perfect is not a bad thing. It's you acknowledging that you are always willing to improve and be a better version of yourself. And that's how I feel about myself. And so 9 is a good fit for me.
We're very, very excited for you, Michael.
And now we're on
Thank you, Amir.
the pass or go question. So earlier I typed in the pass or go question on our private chat, and we'll give you
Yes,
the
you did.
option to pass or to go and answer the question. So I'll give you a few seconds to read again the question and then tell us if you're going to pass or you're going to go.
Okie dokie.
Mhm.
I will go.
Okay, so guys, for the benefit of our fans who have been asking this question, here is the go question. Aside from yourself, who do you think are your biggest competition in the upcoming Miss Universe?
So I know that the Miss Universe competition is a competition. And so while people on the outside may look and think that we're competing against each other, I like to think of it as that we're competing alongside each other. That being said, I do not rate myself against any of my other competitors, because the only person that I'm interested in doing better than is me the day before. I am only concerned concerned with
get there. And I truly believe that all of us, by being representatives of our countries and by being delegates, we are all equally likely to be the next Miss Universe. And so the only person that I am competing against, or the only person, as I said, that I am interested in doing better than or being better than, is me. And I think my best will be good enough no matter where that ends me.
So that's it. That's it for the pass or go question. And now this is the penultimate question, Michael. Earlier you mentioned that being Miss Universe Jamaica has always been a dream since 13 years old. So if you could go back in time, if we have a time machine, and talk to that 13-year-old Michael who dreamt of becoming Miss Universe Jamaica, what would you tell her?
oh, girl, you did it. You did it. You are it. You know, never, don't give up your dreams. Your dreams are not too big. They are not above you. Everything that you want is possible. Stay determined, stay focused. I know sometimes it's going to feel hard and it's going to feel like you should give up, but never give up because your dreams are valid and you are going to get there. Also, please stop saying lols on Facebook and taking pictures like this. You're embarrassing me.
I love it. Okay.
I love that one, Michael. I love that one. I'm sure that's gonna be a valuable advice if you could only go back in time, right?
Now, Drew,
Yes. So now the final question. Fill in the blanks. I am Miqueal-Symone Williams from Jamaica, and I am blank.
Confidently beautiful.
Love it. So once again, thank you, Michael, for joining us on Missosology Beauty Talks. It's been a lovely
Thank you,
one
Drew and
hour
Amir.
with you. And before we let you go,
I'm so
there's a
very
crown
grateful that I
again.
got the opportunity to chat with you.
Before we let you go, we just want to ask for a quick message to all your fans and supporters, and to please invite them to vote for you on the Miss Universe app.
Absolutely. Every time I'm asked about sending a message to my fans, the only thing I can think to tell all of you is thank you so much for believing in me. Thank you for rooting for me and seeing my potential and believing in the possibility of me doing an amazing job on the Miss Universe stage. I appreciate all the support you've given me thus far, and I don't take anything that you have given me for granted. I absolutely adore and love you, and I'm grateful from the bottom of my heart for everything. Also, please vote for me on the Miss Universe app. Make it in the top 21 at the Miss Universe finals on May 16th.
Once again, on behalf of Missosology, thank you, Michael, and to the Miss Universe Jamaica organization for allowing us to have this lovely, lovely interview with Miss Universe Jamaica 2020, Miqueal-Symone Williams. It's been a fun 1 hour.
And
So,
as promised, 1 hour.
I'm hearing you guys now.
yeah,
We are happy to have you here, Michael.
Thank you so
happy.
much.
And we
So,
would like
Thank
to
we
you,
wish
Drew and Amir.
everyone
This has been an amazing interview.
we wish you the best of luck in
I
the
am
Miss
so
Universe
Thank you.
pageant.
excited. I'm so excited to see
Thank
you on
you
the
so
stage,
much.
the Universe stage.
So
Thank
once
you.
again, thank you, Michael, and see you soon.
This all the
All the love. Thank you, guys. Thank you for everything.
of course, Michael.
So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Miss Universe Jamaica 2020, Miqueal-Symone Williams. Amir, in one word, how would you describe her?
Oh, it's difficult to describe just one word, but I love her. She's she's a winner for me. Winner.
Mhm.
Winner because I love her personality. I love her personality. She's such a, you know, I can see her motivations, inspirations. Coming from giving up the Miss Jamaica Universe as a candidate before and joining again is such a very difficult moment for her during the time in 2017 because her mom died, and it's very the emotions she went through during the time, and she's a fighter. I can see it in her. I love her, and she's intelligent. Oh my God, if this
Yes.
girl will be in top 5, as they said, she's dangerous.
Yes.
She's
Oh,
dangerous.
if I had to describe her in one word, it's gonna be courageous, and that's the theme of the whole show tonight. Courage. So we wish you the best of luck, Michael, and we're excited to see you on the Miss Universe stage. But before we end this show, Amir, who will be joining us next week, May 1.
Okay, before we end the show, we want to invite you all to please tune in again next weekend for back-to-back Saturday specials. On May 1st, we will be joined by Miss Universe India 2020, Adeline Castilleno, at 5 p.m. Manila time, and Miss Venezuela 2020, Mariangel Villasmil, at 9 p.m. Manila time. So we have two, India and Venezuela. These are powerhouse country when it comes to Miss Universe, I tell you. I'm so excited for this show.
And if you want to watch all our previous episodes, you can go to our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. You can also listen to us on our podcast on anchor.fm and Spotify. So see you all again next time, and good night, everyone.
Good
you for
night,
tuning
everyone.
in.
Thank you, Drew. Bye.
Thank you, Amir.
Easy question I have to say.
Yan, ganyan na ganyan yung itsura niya.
Let's do it!
What the hell? Like, it's me. And you say, oh my God.
It was like, holy beep. Was this going on? Because even now I get like speechless.
Why is it important for a beauty queen to have a good
If you do not know how to speak your mind, you're not going to give your organization much credibility for what you're really fighting for.
Beauty queen doesn't mean perfection. Now I feel embarrassed to say this, but I'm going to do it because that's how I am. So I'm not gonna go.
My wave became the Miss International wave. Right, Steven? I have become a patent.
Ito naman yung bumaba. Sabi ko, oh my God, kasi nastrabi ko ng planet House. Tapos pag inaangat ko, hinihila niya. So ako, angat siya. Hila.
My travels. I love my travels.
I would just want it to be that I gave something back that made them happy.
money or love?
Love.